When Mahmoud Ahmadinejad was elected president of Iran, the then commander of U.S. forces in the Middle East, General John Abizaid, met with Arab military leaders. All agreed with Abizaid that Iran's new president seemed unbalanced, crazy even. That cable, one of 250,000 State Department documents obtained and released by WikiLeaks, details a meeting in the United Arab Emirates, the beginning of demands from Arab countries just across the Persian Gulf from Iran for the U.S. to do whatever it takes to stop Ahmadinejad from building a nuclear weapon. Iran's nuclear program must be stopped, the king of Bahrain is quoted as saying. The king of Saudi Arabia repeatedly called on the U.S. to cut off the head of the snake. But none of those leaders would say the same in public, since it would put them on the side of Israel.
The fact that these governments are exhorting and pushing the U.S. government to be more aggressive, to take military action, those revelations will not be popular in the streets of those countries in the Arab world.
When President Obama took office, he unveiled a new policy of engagement with Iran, offering to talk with its leaders. But at a meeting in Europe, an American envoy said engagement alone is unlikely to succeed, and that the Obama administration was planning to surround Iran with economic sanctions and missile defenses. To get China, which depends heavily on Iran for oil, to go along with sanctions, the U.S. apparently persuaded Saudi Arabia's king to guarantee China it would make up any oil it lost from Iran. After President Obama canceled plans to station anti-missile defenses in Poland, defenses which Russia believed were directed against it, and placed them on ships in the Mediterranean instead, Russia indicated its willingness to move to the pressure track, support sanctions in other words.
Some of these trades are embarrassing. Some of them reveal deep interests that countries have and reveal things that were never intended to be public.
But the cables also make clear Iran still finds ways to beat the sanctions. U.S. intelligence warned Iran was getting advanced missiles from North Korea that could strike European capitals.
These documents detail the nitty-gritty diplomacy of trying to head off the Iranian nuclear program, and they're bound to make for interesting reading in Tehran. Russ?
David, there are also revelations that some American diplomats engaged in behavior that we normally don't associate with the word diplomat. What can you tell us about that?
Well, they were sent instructions to collect information that sounded more like the work of CIA agents. They were asked to collect things like credit card and frequent flyer numbers, even in some cases DNA samples and fingerprints. And like all the other documents in this massive leak, it's bound to make foreign officials more cautious and suspicious in dealing with American diplomats.
David Martin at the Pentagon, thank you very much.